an easy layup.
And Matthew Hurt drawing Day'Ron Sharp away from the basket. The lane was wide open because Armando Bacot had to be guarding the post, Mark Williams.
Bacot goes right into the chest of... And they're thin up front. They need those two guys on the court as much as possible.
North Carolina's offense is really what has let it down this year. North Carolina's defense has been pretty good. It's been top 25 in most of the metrics.
Wide open, Caleb Love, who had 20 for a proud four-year player, terrific senior, and good to see him getting a chance to get back in there on this kind of a day.
A little bit ginger in his first movements on it, but not surprised he's fighting through it.
And knocks down a jumper. That didn't
to block a shot, though.
But it is frowned upon. If Williams the bucket.
He's going to make it anyways.
Yeah.
But good opportunity to, good try.
So if you count that as a dunk, which I imagine they do, now 24 of Williams' 50 field goals are dunks. But now Stewart's trying to do it. He's probably been the best Blue Devil to this point of the night.
So good with that floater. Not an easy shot. Good.
And the best shooter on this Tar Heel.
For that shot. And he is playing with a ton of confidence in this game.
A guy who was not really a point guard in high school, he was a scorer. He's had to take on, and knew he was taking on, point guard responsibilities when he committed to North Carolina. The kick to Brooks, 19-footer, banks it in.
Turnover. So if Duke can get a few stops, a few scores, and get it under 10, they've got a ball game. Now Duke starting out in a 2-3 zone, trying to limit some of the penetration and try to disrupt some of the rhythm that North Carolina established in the first half.
And underway here in the second half of our Sonic blockbuster. Nice shot fake and step in by Wolf, making them count against the Blue Devils.
Really remarkable, the contrast between how they've shot the ball against Duke and then the games in between.
Elbow jumper for Love, who's having a nice first.
He had 16 points in that game. Andrew Platek wound up hitting the game winner against the Hurricanes in that one.
Well, I'm not sure Mike Krzyzewski's going to love that shot. A quick three from Jamin Brakefield. And now they don't find Walton in transition, and it costs.
They make it, but I think the Tar Heels are in very good shape to make the field.
If Duke loses this game tonight, do you think they have to win the ACC tournament, or if they made, say, a run to the final and beat a couple of ranked teams, might that be?
They'd have to beat Florida State and Virginia to do it, because you have to have those. There aren't as many high-value targets in the league this year as there have been in past years. The league is not rated the same way that it usually is.
Love using the screen, driving past Hurt, and gets a tough on ESPN and also streaming live on the app. How about a big win? Speaking of Illinois in the game before us today here on ESPN with a nice win in Columbus. Ayo Dosunmu back despite a facial injury, playing with a mask, and played from what we saw.
University had to shut down for COVID reasons, and everything went virtual. His players his freshmen don't really know where any of the buildings are on campus. That if he turned them loose today and said, hey, go find the dining hall, they wouldn't be able to do it. And that just shows you how different this year has been for athletes, that they're living in hotels. And that's a difficult thing. Player in the future.
6'4", 195, freshman from St. Louis. Carolina, as we mentioned, not a good outside shooting team. Carolina will go into the ACC tournament as the 6th seed. And the 8th, depending on various results.
It's amazing spread there. And one of the things that when you look at the numbers that is really interesting about this game is the number of free throws. That Duke has had a real difficulty getting the free throw line all year long. And usually that's a place where the Blue Devils live. And they're one of the lowest volume free throw shooting teams in the country.